birthday. All right, let's move things along. We are talking about a local business who is doing big things in the community and in New England. So I'd like to introduce Nick Surface with G-Form, doing some awesome things, not only with technology, but in the world of sports. So, Nick, how you doing? Welcome to Go Local Live.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
Cool. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. So, let's talk a little bit about a big announcement that your company made. You're doing something really cool with just a little team called the Boston Red Sox.
May have heard of them. I think they've got a future, though. They're going places.
They are going places. So you're doing really neat things. You've been around for a little while, but you're based out here in Providence. So talk to me about the partnership with the Red Sox. This is cool.
Yeah, very cool. So it's a 3-year deal with the Red Sox. We're the official protective equipment partner for them. So what that means, we'll walk you through the line in a little bit, but we make all sorts of baseball protective products, from sliders to wrist guards, elbows, sternum shirts for kids. And so we've provided that equipment to them back in spring training, and it's in the clubhouse. The trainers have it, they have the knowledge of it, and it's being used by players on field right now.
What does that mean for a company who's based in New England to be providing technologies, equipment like this for a huge sports team?
Yeah, it's amazing for us. Obviously, we're very proud of our New England roots and being local here in Providence. Our founder is from Rhode Island, so that's a big thing. He's actually a season ticket holder at the Sox. So, I mean, imagine going to the games and you see your logo up there. I mean, that was a big day for us, so we were pretty excited about that. But yeah, I mean, there's two different things. There's obviously all the official stuff that people see. So you go on the Boston Red Sox site and you see, G-Form, official protective equipment partner, and it's great because hey, that's my work. That's our company. So that's really exciting. The thing that's been amazing for us, besides just the obvious deliverables of we're on their website and these types of things, is just the amount of sort of respect and clout that comes with that when people kind of go, oh, right. And so it's been great because they're such a respectable blue chip franchise in all of sports. Yeah. And for us to now be associated with them and our desires as a company and where we want to go in the future, it's absolute perfect partnership. So we're really excited about it.
Do you think also just by being paired with the Red Sox, once you have your name up there, more people are coming to you thinking, oh, G-Form, who's that? And then come to your website. So you're getting that name association.
Yeah. No, and we know that that's happened already. We had a homepage takeover for them last weekend or last Friday, and so you can see, that's the great thing about the digital age is you can see all the metrics and how many clicks you got and all that fun stuff. So yeah, we know that that's happening. I know, like our CEO and just other people in the company, myself included, you get text messages or people go, hey, wait a minute, I saw G-Form at the Red Sox game. And people send you pictures and you're like, yeah, you did. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. Those are things that you can't really measure as easily. But just the amount of people that are kind of, I had somebody in England get in touch with me and say, hey, I saw you guys are partnering with the Red Sox. That's great. And I was like, do you guys even play baseball?
Baseball over there?
Yeah, they play rounders.
Cricket gear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that yet.
Not quite yet.
No, maybe in the future.
Okay, cool. Let's talk a little bit about it. You guys have been around in different sports, but really breaking into the baseball realm. Let's talk a little bit about some of the products that you have. And I'm going to take a look at some notes here. So talk a little bit about what you've broken into with the baseball field.
Definitely will. So one of the things that's kind of cool about our gear, what makes our gear special? So I'll use this. This is our youth sternum shirt. And this actually has back protection on it as well.
Cool.
So a lot of young players, when you're learning, nobody wants to get hit by a ball ever, let alone when you're a kid. Exactly. So you're turning into the pitch. But if you're trying to, in baseball, you want to teach a kid to take a base because, if you can get hit and get on, it's a good thing. Not for the kid, but for the team. So a lot of times coaches have trouble teaching players how to turn into that pitch. So something like this is a godsend because now, if you can take that pain, that fear factor away, they can just concentrate on what they're doing and it helps them stay safe, stay on the field, and also, it's helping the team as well. So all these products were designed to help players eliminate the fear, gain confidence when they're on the field.
And it looks cool. I mean, it's under stuff, but it looks cool. That always helps too.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny because we released it on the Red Sox social media, and everybody was, the comments were really funny. People were saying we looked like Iron Man, or it's like a bionic arm and everything. And so we were like, that's all right. That's
what you're going for.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. I remember when we first saw the baseball line, we had the first photo shoot done. It was incredible because these images came back, and like when the pads catch the light, it's just it pops. So we were pretty excited about that, and you take it to the product team, and they were all super excited because that's their work, and now they're seeing it, on TV and on field. So yeah, that was cool. But back to the products that you asked about. So what makes us unique is this right here. So this is a soft, squishy, flexible, you can feel it if you want, foam.
Yeah.
It feels, a lot of people say it feels like memory foam. So we use our reactive protection technology that actually goes into this foam, and what it does is it allows it to stay soft and malleable, and when it gets struck, you can hear that, it hardens, and actually, yeah, there you go. We're gonna do
I'm so strong.
Well, it's not meant for that kind of impact. So we're gonna do a little demonstration to show how strong it is.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
It's kind of counterintuitive because people go, right, soft and flexible, but actually it absorbs impact better than
all. Shock.
Yeah, exactly, and it absorbs impact better than the traditional hard shell stuff. So I brought this in because this was sort of like the birthplace of our company. This is our knee pad. And this is a story that we started telling back then in the sense of people that ride bikes have these big, bulky plastic knee pads that, okay, when you fall off, thank God you had them on, but man, they're uncomfortable, they're hot, they're sweaty, they move around, and they're just not great. So this was our first product, our Pro X knee pad. And this came in and suddenly you put this thing on, it fits like it's part of your body. And it's super low profile and actually absorbs impact better. And when you're done, you can throw it in the washing machine, and now you don't have to have stinky pads.
All of this can be washed?
Yeah, every single item is machine washable. Yeah, all those things that we talked about are all characteristics of every product, and that's why I want to rewind it back to tell people. So that same story of like, oh wow, okay, so now it's not something hard and plastic, is what we're telling in baseball. So, the current heart guards that are out there are these hard, bulky things that, sometimes mold to you, but if you grow, now you got to get another one. This is
expensive.
Yeah,
it's not expensive.
Yeah, exactly. And if you're having to crank through that for parents,
kids,
for kids, it's tough. So we're excited about this shirt. And really all the products. But so we got that sternum shirt, which is great. And once again, that's something that will move with them. We've got our Pro Extended Elbow. So this is our elbow guard right here. So it's not meant to go over a dress shirt, but you'll basically put it on, and it's like a compression sleeve, but now with protection benefits. So once again, it's that same thing of loose and bulky is now just feels like part of you, doesn't affect your movement at all, and it's great. So we've got that extended elbow. You want to put that knee pad on now, don't you?
I do.
Yeah, you couldn't resist.
Well, what I'm thinking about is knee pads. So
we
were talking a little bit before, you were saying that, like, camera guys are wearing these. You're talking about bikers wearing these. I'm just thinking about all the kids out there. Like, for me, when I was growing up rollerblading, you had those big neon plastic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Those neon plastic things, and you could barely skate because.
But your parents were worried about safety, not movement.
You couldn't even skate because your rollerblades.
Yeah.
Your pads are so bulky. So something like this. But then when you get into the professional realm of people who are actually skateboarding, and you have the BMX biking, and you're doing real professional, something like this is crucial.
Yeah, and I mean,
not just your kids, but the kids are using them.
Yeah, well, kids are using these, and funnily enough, one of the things that's kind of cool about working at G-Form is people are constantly coming up with new ways to use our products. So I got a friend who actually shoots on The Amazing Race. He's one of the videographers, and they just give them out to them when it's just part of their equipment. Stunt guys in Hollywood, this is huge because obviously the protection benefits are big, and you can wear this under your clothes, and it doesn't look like you're wearing something massive, but it still keeps you safe. So we get stuff like that all the time, like where people are like, oh, I use your stuff. I'm a photographer. I'm on my knee all the time shooting for sports games for 3 hours. I use these knee pads. Oh, great. You know what I mean? That's not what we thought when they were designed, but it's great.
Another added benefit.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's fun. I mean, people have told us we should make yoga mats and all sorts of crazy stuff. So when they feel this material, it's like their mind just wanders. So it's fun.
When it comes to innovation, or at baseball, and baseball was really kind of the next frontier for you.
Yes.
So you're looking at that. You have some sliding shorts or some compression shorts that you have right here. Really, what are you looking at when it comes to protection in terms of innovation?
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, the innovation, like I said, it's that familiar story. So we didn't actually finish the baseball line. This is the wrist guard, just to say, and these are the sliders, like you talked about. So the innovation is kind of what we allude to with the knee pad and the whole story. So if you're able to take something, I'll look at it like computing power. Okay. Everybody knows as phones and computing power gets better, they get smaller and they can do more. Well, that's kind of what we're doing in the protection world. So, now instead of having to wear this big bulky chest protector, you can wear this super thin, like this thing's, I think this is 1/4 inch thick max. It's super thin,
so light.
Protects you better, moves with you, and you actually forget you're wearing it. So it's like I said, synonymous with that sort of technology story that we see so much in electronics. It's getting smaller, but it's getting better. And so, we've just sort of tapped into the capabilities that we have. There's all sorts of stuff that we're looking at to do next generation things with our product and make it more protective so it can be lighter, stronger, and just continue going that way. So it's exciting. You just never know what you're going to have in a few years' time. So it's pretty exciting.
Let's talk a little bit about, so we have the sliding shorts that you have here. This is, what is it, the wrist
That's
guard?
the wrist guard, yeah. So the cool thing about the wrist guard is you can wear that. Yeah, that's a large. I thought you were, you told me you've been working out a lot on the guns, so I figured I'd bring in the large.
I did go to the gym this morning.
Well, there you go.
I did go to the
there
gym.
You go.
When we're talking about the business as a whole, let's talk about how you are local, based here in Providence. Products are made here. Talk to me a little bit about what it's like being based here in Providence.
Yeah,
a little bit about the roots of the company, so people can kind of get that backstory.
Yeah. So our founder is a guy named Dan Weiner, and we were founded back in 2010. He's a Rhode Island native. He is, if you're sat at dinner with him, it's best just to keep quiet because he's part of the NASA Hall of Fame, so you're not going to really top that. And I've got from firsthand experience. You just sit there and go, all right, let's hear some stories, because you're never going to top what the stuff that he's done. So he's our resident genius, and he's the one who designed this, and he's from this area. He's from Rhode Island, so staying here was something that was very near and dear to him. We're very proud that we get to mold everything here, and it's designed and manufactured here as well. So, I don't want to get off topic and talk about bigger, socioeconomic issues, but we're proud that we can give something back to the place that our owner has roots, and so many of the people that work for us are based in. So that's something that we do pride ourselves on. That Made in the USA sticker that we're able to put on our products means something to us. So yeah, it's good to be able to fly the New England flag.
Well, and it is. We do kind of want to talk about those socioeconomic issues, because that is part of being a big company, doing big things. Working with big partnerships like the Boston Red Sox. How meaningful is that to be part of the community and being able to give back?
Yeah, I mean it's huge. So we've done various things that right now being partnered with the Red Sox is massive. I don't know that people will necessarily say that that's giving back, but then there's things that don't get as much media coverage. We partner with a local soccer charity here where we gave kids, this is our soccer shin guard, that funnily enough, a lot of second basemen and shortstops wear these.
Awesome.
Which we didn't see coming.
Awesome. I can't tell you how many, just like those knee pads, right? Those clunky knee pads, like clunky shin guards.
Exactly.
How cool is it to have like a compressible shin guard that you can throw, because remember how sticky your shin guards get? Yeah. To be able to just throw it in the wash, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly. And it's fresh every time. So, and it stays in place and all that wonderful stuff that all our stuff does. But yeah, so I mean, we partner with that local charity, and there's 100 underprivileged kids, and we gave them all shin guards, and we gave them some of our other items as well. And it's stuff like that it's nice, because there's nobody there with a camera or anything like that, but you give something to a kid and you see their face light up and they put it on, and you get to watch them have, it sounds cheesy, but that G-form experience of kind of putting it on for the first time, going, oh wow. So it was cool. It's cool to do stuff like that, and it does mean a lot to us. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the people who have started, like you said, your founder from here in Rhode Island, and really the company was founded by athletes. How important is it for athletes to have the experience when it comes to designing the products and moving forward with the innovation?
Well, I think it's huge. Our product team is great. They're fantastic. They're watching right now, and they always hey guys. I always make my way in there just to kind of see what they have up on their board, and it's really fun because we have professional athletes that are associated with the company or endorsed, that we have endorsement agreements with, and then as well all of us playing the variety of sports and different activities in the office. You have a real wide sample range of everybody from professional top tier athletes right down to sort of weekend warriors. And that's the fun part about doing all this, is you get to get a wide range of feedback in and go, okay, right, what's going to work for everybody? Yeah. Because I'm sure you can appreciate that some professional athletes will have a little bit of, shall we say, niche requirements for their products. So it's fun to be in there and to get that sort of feedback and see people design something that they then get to go play in and enjoy and go. And it's just, it's a really satisfying thing to make something you're passionate about.
Let's talk about some of the background with G-Form. Mm-hmm. You have worked with, in baseball, is kind of like we've talked about, your newest frontier.
It is,
You do skate, you do bike, you do snow, you do. Talk to me a little bit about the products and the development in all these different sports.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is it's, we're involved in multiple categories, and it's all over the world. Yeah. We're all over Europe and breaking into Australia and Asia and all these different places. So it's everywhere, and it is this big exciting thing that's happening on a daily basis. So yeah, I mean, with the products, we look a lot at zones of the body, because regardless of what you're playing, there's a lot of the same areas that are going to get hurt. So we talked about this knee pad, and one of the things that's fantastic about it is if you're a skateboarder, a lot of downhill skateboard people love our knee pads. They put it under their jeans and off they go. Same thing with mountain bikers or BMX people. They're wearing these and they love them as well. And then you hit the slopes, and once again, the knee pad works for you. So we've looked at it from a zones of the body, and as we look at different sports, I mean, there's things in bike that they're going to have, different requirements. Maybe a general knee pad like this is good for a starter, but you want something more. So we're developing new lines that are going to be coming out very soon.
Maybe announce them on Go Local Live.
Well, hey, we'll we'd be happy to do that.
Cool.
But so we're designing more products that are specific for the sports that are going to have some additional benefits, and we'll have a few different lines coming out. So that the product line's expanding. It's fun to see it.
Definitely. And it's really neat the fact that you are so involved in different areas, but like you said, it all kind of connects to protecting different parts of the bodies.
Yeah.
And you have brought on, there was just an announcement not too long ago, some really big names when it comes to sports. Talk to me a little bit about your product ambassadors and some of your athletes that you have.
Yeah, so we've got, on the bike side, we've got Brian Lopes and Tracy Mosley, who are two of the most well-known mountain bike athletes in the world. They've been there, done it all, seen it all. And then on the flip side, we've also got Joey Forresta, who's a new young up-and-comer who's 15 years old. For us, it's satisfying to, one, because we got a lot of bike guys in our company, and they just love to watch these guys do what they can do. But two, it's fun for us because, like I said, it's that story of, I've got this big bulky shin guard or knee guard, and I'm going to get rid of it, and now I've got this really cool thing that's, a lot better. And it's nice to see established people like Brian and Tracy making the change, but then also the next generation stepping up and starting with that. So they're not even having to ditch the old bulky ones because this is what they're used to. So that's what's fun about having athletes at different stages in their career. And then, when you're looking at skiing, we've got Lindsay Dyer, who's a backcountry skier, and then we've got Chase Josie, who's going to be potentially in the Olympics. We took a few podiums at the Summer Olympic Games as well.
Cool.
So it's kind of fun when you're like, hey, and our stuff is on every sports field and professional league in America. We just can't always say who's wearing it or why. So, yeah. We're like, I spotted G-Form. It's like a little thing in the office. We've got like a bunch of pictures of professional famous athletes wearing our stuff that we can't ever release, which is frustrating.
You can't see, you're just pinned up there.
Yeah, no, seriously, I'm not even joking. You can walk through the office, there's a picture of one of the most famous soccer players in the world wearing our stuff, which will never see the light of day, but it's it's cool.
Well, maybe because they're like an Adidas athlete or an Under Armour athlete, something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly why, actually. Yeah.
Oh, so they have like the Adidas shoes and the Adidas uniform, but they have the G-Form shin guard.
Yeah, because you put the shin guard on, you slide your sock up, no one sees it. And like I said, a ton of Major League Baseball players are wearing this. Second baseman and shortstops, when they turn and they're turning to a double play, they get taken out and they get hit in the shin. So now they're wearing these, but nobody knows. So
interesting.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if I was reading it on your website or maybe you'd sent me an email or something, but wearing this stuff, doesn't it help when the guys are going to first base, doesn't it prevent, they don't have to take the stuff off and hand it to the first base coach?
Yeah.
Is it something like that?
Yeah, the first base disrobing is what we call it.
Yeah,
so typically you'll see as soon as, if a guy gets walked right now, he unstraps his elbow guard and everything else he has, and it's, he takes it and sets it down and he jogs off. Or if he gets a single, he hands it off to the coach. I always like to watch because if they go on a run and they get a few guys on base, well, now that coach is going to be holding he's going to be holding a ton of stuff. So really, it's down to the comfort level of the player, what they want to do. Our stuff, it goes on and off easy, but you don't have to because it's not moving around, it's not distracting you at all, and you can wear it the whole game. So it's good.
Another thing I was watching on your website an iPad floated up on a weather balloon, dropped down. Is there a possibility that you'll look into, cell phone technology, case protection? You mentioned yoga mat. What are we looking at in terms of product expansion for people who maybe aren't athletes?
Yeah, well, we had our phone protection for a number of years as well as the iPads. We're focusing our energies more on sports, team sports and activities. I can't say never in the future because the stuff protects fantastically. And when, like I said, the problem for us is that when you hand this to somebody, they immediately go, you could use it for this, you could use it for that. And we could spend every day just going after a new venture if we wanted to, no joke. Yeah. So it's just understanding who we are, what's our core competencies, what do we really want to focus our energies on. And so, you see us with the Red Sox and the baseball line and all the mountain bike and snow and everything. So it's exciting.
And found that that's kind of the best pathway.
Yeah, it's you brought it up. athletes. So it's kind of going back to who we are, where we came from, why this was made in the first place. I want a better knee pad for my bike. I'm gonna make it myself, and it's that same sort of story, and just kind of keeping that understanding of who we are as we design new things. But you never know. It's there's so many applications for it.
Yeah, as we continue on, I was just thinking, knee pads, besides just athletes wearing these, if you're down fixing underneath your sink, fixing stuff in the house, we are going to smash some stuff and show how good it works, right? 'Cause
yes.
I can tell you're chomping at the bit to just and by smash things, I mean not smash things, because we're going to show how well this protects.
Yes.
Actually, I'm going to hold you off for a second. Before we get to that, can you talk to people a little bit about how some of the demonstrations work when you are going through protecting this stuff? Because before we get to this, he couldn't bring the cool machine in here to show how it worked because
it's a little bit big.
It's too big. Yeah. But you were showing me a video of something to do with a cantaloupe and testing your products. How much fun do you have at work?
Yeah, a lot of fun. Not gonna lie, a lot of fun. Yesterday was one of the more fun days. So we didn't go into all the science and molecular explanations of this, and that's fine because some people are wired that way. Most people are not. Personally, I'm not wired that way. So we have some fun ways that we show how well we can protect. So probably the most famous way that we do is we have this ball drop machine. It looks like something out of like a space movie from the future.
It's cool.
Yeah. And basically we put a couple of our knee pads down. We put some M&Ms between it. We drop an 8-pound bowling ball from about 5-6 feet up, and it hits them, and the M&Ms don't break. And so that's how we demonstrate it. So it's always kind of one of the fun things is every once in a while you'll just brainstorm. Well, what else can we try and smash? So, I mean,
what else can we try to break but not?
But not break. Yeah, exactly. So we were down in Brazil with Pele, who's one of our brand ambassadors for soccer, in 2014, and we put a hard shell shin guard, and then we put our shin guard on a wine bottle and dropped the bowling ball on it, and ours, of course, didn't break, and the other one just got absolutely obliterated. So yesterday, now we got a new line, so we got to find new ways to show people how well we can protect. So this is my fun day at work. I went and bought a bunch of fruit, and I protected it with we have this crazy pitching machine contraption that can hit the ball at all sorts of different speeds. So we took our youth sternum shirt, we put a cantaloupe in there because we want something that'd be representative of, like it needs to be.
It's growing.
Yes.
Like a child is growing.
Yeah, it was more just to show something that we all know how strong it is, right? So we want something that people could.
It's hard but soft.
Yeah, exactly, readily identify. And we hit it with a 54 mile per hour pitch, as I showed you, and the cantaloupe wasn't even dented. It was absolutely fine.
It's fine.
Then the fun part, where you get paid for this, is we then took the pad off and did it again, and the thing just split wide open, and then everybody at work got to eat fruit. So it was, no joke. It was, it was a fun day at work, and it's something that anybody can look at and go, right, cantaloupe, ball, hard baseball, 54 miles an hour, I know what should happen. Oh, it didn't.
Yeah.
So we do stuff like that. The biggest one, and you alluded to it, was we took an iPad in one of our iPad cases up 100,000 feet in the air in a weather balloon, filmed the whole thing. You can search it on YouTube. It dropped, and the iPad was fully functional.
Still playing the movie.
Yeah, I was playing a movie. So,
before you release products, how much testing does go into them to show, before you determine these things are safe and fine?
Yeah, well, we've got, like I said, this is the back to the product team. I think I'm going to be popular in the product department on Monday. But yeah, no, we've got a really great process. The head of our product development does a ton of different testing. So we've got independent impact testing, which has nothing to do with us, where we send this stuff down and they have all sorts of, they measure it in newtons, I think it is, as far as how much force is passed through the pad. So we do all that stuff to make sure that we are protecting better than anything out there. But even before that, that's more later down the design funnel process.
Yeah.
Even before that, I've gone to batting cages and purposely got hit. You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that. It's put it on, play in it, see what it feels like. Okay, now let's actually take some real world impact and see how it feels. So it's using our professional athletes. Sometimes we'll give them something and just say, hey, can you use it and give us feedback, or focus groups, or you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot of testing that goes into it to make sure that when we put it out, it's ready to go, and we know people are going to have a great experience.
Awesome.
So, yeah, that's good.
All right, let's smash some stuff.
All right,
by
let's do
smash it, I mean not really smash it.
All right.
So we're going to move this out of the way.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're going to take that out.
We're going to take this out, and I'm going to have... This,
you got it?
Yeah, this is going to break anyway.
That's back to the gym, right?
Back to the gym. I'm sorry, it's from yesterday. I didn't go as hard today. Okay, so Tony, where do we need to do this at?
think he said for me to stand right
Okay,
here.
you
So-
already know the drill. So
You
here's
can-
your stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you tell people what's gonna happen.
So we're gonna take this bag of M&Ms, which
Okay.
you can attest to are M&Ms because you eat them
I
already.
sampled them to make
Well,
sure.
Which I appreciate because we need the authenticity. So we've got.
What if they weren't and I broke my tooth?
Well, that'd be really bad
That'd
form. Yeah. We've actually been accused of that. When we put this stuff on social media, so people have all sorts of comments, and somebody was like, "Oh, you made stones out of M&Ms," and I'm like, "I don't have that kind of time, man." You know what I mean? Like,
I don't have time to fake this.
No.
No, I actually ate them. Okay.
So and you can eat these ones if you want. Just
Did you put some in there
No,
already?
not yet. So
Okay.
we've got our, like I said, our RPT protective foam, which is what makes us so unique. So we're gonna basically take some M&Ms, we're gonna put it in this pouch. I'm gonna hit them with this, and then we'll see if they break. So,
Okay. This is very exciting.
M&Ms. Gonna grab some out of there. So I don't know if we need to show those or whatever. You can see they're a little bit chipped, but not broken or anything. I'm gonna put them in there.
I kind of like this little pouch.
Yeah, it's kind of. I thought it was a change purse when I first started the company, but no one really needs to protect change. So.
That's true.
All right, so we're gonna put this down, and I'm gonna hit it 3 times with the hammer. So probably enough to break an
Yeah,
M&M
that was pretty intense.
Yeah.
All right.
And Molly, do you want some M&Ms?
Oh my gosh, they look awesome. Cool.
You want to
Yeah, I'll have one.
I'll have the rest.
Yeah, my teeth are still working. That was cool. So when you go out, do you do, for example, so this is just an interview, but when you go, do you, I'll let you shoot your M&Ms first.
That's all right.
When you're doing product demos, do you go out and do this? Like if you're pitching something like, hey, Red Sox, do you want to partner with us? Are you in and pounding M&Ms or do you do more formal presentation?
So, like I said, the science experiment, like the high school science experiment works. So we stick with it. You can't always bring this around and be bashing stuff up. It does happen, but we filmed a video that I showed you as well, where we actually hit a guy in our elbow guard at 84 miles per hour. And as you said, he didn't even flinch. So
He didn't even wink.
no, he just got up and
He was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Back
So-
to the office.
Yeah, so having something like that and saying, hey, this stuff protects and explaining it to them, but then showing them something that they can relate to. So it really depends where you go, which is why we've got to be creative in how we tell the protection story, because it's got to be relevant to whoever we're speaking to. So for baseball, we hit a guy with a pitch. Makes sense. If you're talking to, I think the knee pads work universally, so using those and doing the M&M drop, everybody knows M&Ms, everybody knows, you can smash them, bite into them pretty easily. So that sort of stuff translates and makes sense, but it's always a challenge to find new ways. So if you have any ideas, send them over.
It'd be interesting to see if kids are excited about the technology and the science behind it, and then moving forward, kind of how things are going to change and develop.
Yeah.
So that really neat story to
thank
hear
you.
from you, Nick. I really appreciate it. Excited to hear about the future, and always looking forward to hearing about more success stories coming out of Providence and New England. So thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Really
Yeah.
appreciate it. We're gonna get a picture here.
Okay, cool.
And then get all this stuff out of the way for our next guest.
I'll
I
go
just
eat
have
some
to-
M&Ms.
Yeah, go eat some more M&Ms.
All right.
Awesome.
Can we do that one again? I'm just kidding.
All right, Nick Surface from G-Form, local company
Thank you.
in Rhode Island, doing big things.